Okay, the live stream should be starting soon. Please give me a moment to update all the thumbnails. Link, it, update the thumb YouTube, up to date, update the description of Rumble. Okay, that is good to go. So it looks like Rumble should be good to go. Yep, Rumble stream seems good. Oops. Gotta turn this on. And while that's turning on, please give me a moment to check my other computer. See the live stream's going good over there. Looks like it's going good on the other computer. And luckily I managed to, what's it called? Oh, my mouth is not really moving. There it goes. Maybe blow the microphone a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Luckily I managed to get the, what's it called? Didn't get the update just yet. That came out like last night. So I don't have to worry about, say, me now accessing all the replays I have stored up. I do got a large number of replays, but it feels like I got a whole bunch of not great replays, so that's maybe a bit of a lackluster day for casting. But either way, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, guess way, best place to start, I guess, is from the top. So let's go ahead and start from there. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Age of Empires 1 replay. Oh, something I forgot to do over here. Spawn on the bottom or the left side as the red Bretons. We have Bean. Spawn as the blue Lithuanians. We have Uthman the Lithuanian. Or that's not Lithuania, that's Franks. What's with the text? The text seems a little bit different. Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. But either way, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Let's of course cover each player's bonuses. Ranks. Of course, they're known for the cavalry civilization. Castles cost 25% less. Cavalry have additional hit points starting in feudal age. Mill technology is free. Warriors work 50% faster. Unique units of throwing axemen, giving a ranged melee infantry unit. Unique text, bearded axe gives +1 range for throwing axemen, and chivalry stables work 40% faster. Bonus, nice to have +2 line of sight, which makes it more or less self-spotting. For the red player, the Bretons, a fan favorite, the Foot Archer Civilization. Towns cost 50% less wood starting Castle Age. People probably wonder, oh, why starting Castle Age? That's when you only buy town centers.
Yes.
Oh, looks like they may have paused. The reason why it says that, because there's also early game, what was it called, laming? No, not laming, what it's called. But there was a technique for at least the Turks where you can delete a town center and rebuild it for no stone cost, and you do that as a push. Of course, other bonuses are Foot Archers except skirmishers get +1 range out of Castle and Pure Age, so total +2. Shepherds work 25% faster. Scouts engaging scouts, looks like Red Scout is coming up ahead. Unique text or unique units, of course, a long bowman, a very effective archer. Unique text, yeoman, +1 foot archer range, which sounds like it does affect skirmishers. I could be mistaken about that. And +2 tower attack. Warwolf, trebuchets do blast damage, and Timos or archery ranges work 10% faster. Of course, got the scout pushing way forward. Do have maybe the scout may go down over here. Blue scout does get shanked. We also have a handful of defensive forces here, a couple archers and a spearman. No walls here for blue just yet, while red is deployed out a handful of walls. Go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Heard a bunch of sirens, or not sirens, horns, and wanted to slow down a moment. I do have red advancing forward with his archers and spearmen. It is very, very easy to predict that the Britain player will go for archers, so go for skirmishers. Get the counter unit immediately. Plus, skirmishers do some decent, do get a little bit of bonus damage versus spearmen as well. But red has now mixed in a pair of scouts, which is actually very, very important to help run down the skirmishers. Red mixed in these scouts in order to run down the very obvious skirmisher counter that he was going to be fighting against. And these scouts are getting some good damage on in. Do have a couple of villagers pushing way forward. Does get one skirmishers. Archers now advancing forward. 5 archers and spearmen advancing forward. We do not see fletching just yet. And this one scout's received quite a bit of fire. Does take out a single villager there. Very nice. Right now, red has a... Whoa! How did that happen? He's ahead by 33 villagers versus 25. Blue is not playing his A game. So it looks like red spearman does go down to the scouts, but all blue scouts do go down. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a loss for blue. He is down on villager by too much at this point in time. Turning for a defensive guard tower as well, or watchtower, I should say. Red scouts are engaging blue scout. Villagers have been pulled off the line, trying to get some good damage there. One of the red archers do go down. Now some blue's villagers going down as well. And does take out that one wounded archer as well. Another wounded archer does go down. And red is going to be backing off, trying to avoid this watchtower. Overall, great push by red. Blue. Why is blue's villager count so low? He's not going for some sort of exorbitantly fast castle. So it's just straight up bad micro or macro when it comes to villagers. Bad eco, bad macro, villager macro. Just that bad villager macro. Go ahead and fast forward again. He has gone for his farms. UFC. No. FC. I'm not sure what FC means. Oh, either way. Scouts not pushing way forward. These scouts are good items since it keeps his opponent on his toes. He can't deploy out skirmishers really versus these scouts. Sure, they can get a minor damage bonus, I believe they get versus scouts, but they're not a great item versus them. Scouts generally counter the skirmisher. Trying to wall in some more regions right here. He does have this watchtower here. He could throw his archer in there to get an extra arrow for it. And now scouts have managed to break through. We do not have any spearmen in this region. Sort of mad himself for getting the scouts through. There's a... Nope. I'm not sure where he got through. He must have got through right there. Scouts are now receiving a bit of fire or slashes, and looks like blue is now going for a fast castle. Red is going for castle as well, so it's not a fast castle. I misjudged my timing because I did a bit of fast forwarding. It's actually 20-minute mark. One of the scouts do go down. 2 scouts do go down. 1 villager does go down as well. Red right now has 40 villagers to his opponent's 27. And blue's now losing more villagers. More villagers being brought to the line. Does shrink one of those scouts. 1 scout remains. He just want to back off and use it for scouting. So we have a pair of archers up here as well as a reinforcing scout, which makes a nice mixed force. We do now have fletching being researched by red. He went for a delayed fletching, but by the time he will get fletching research before Castle Wave, so he'll be able to get a quick bodkin arrow and crossbowman research, I'm assuming. Red does, of course, have a good wall in, and he's going to apply some more aggression now. Do got a single spearman here. The archers could throw some arrows over the house. They, of course, get +1 range from the fletching, and get some great damage there. These archers are quite wounded, but looks like he does not take it out. Blue's now advancing forward some of his own archers, and Castle Age. Nearly at the same time, blue does beat him by about less than a second. And Castle GG realizing, oh, now his opponent, he thought he was going to have the advantage by going for that castle age, but he had no advantage. Either way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep, of a short replay. Good aggression by Red. I'm not sure what happened to Blue's villager count whatsoever. Here we go. Greetings everyone, Android here with another Age of Empires replay. Spawn on the bottom right-ish side with this area here as well, which does immediately spot Blue's town center, literally, with a house. We have 99 as Sicilians, as the Blue, what's it called, the, missing all the buttons there. It's on as the Blue Italians, we have Fighter. Red, of course, does spot the town center there very, very nicely with that nice house. Let's go ahead and see. Got this town center here, got a house up here by Blue as well. Going for the fishies, does have a nearby elephant to claim some resources. Red's house will not spot all too much. Very little in general. Yes, very, very little. There's nobody inside the house to look out the front door. Elephant does get focused on there. Harvesting the elephant does result in a faster harvesting rate than harvesting fishes. And of course, this is an easy elephant there, but looks like Red's eyeing just for more fishes for in general. Red's now going for some early wall ups here, and now we do have goats scattering around. These villagers advancing forward. The elephant does get cleaned on up. Going for fishes as well. Over here. And don't worry about taking that house. It's just a house. It's really not important to shank it down with a villager. That villager will do much more work just by collecting resources. Let's see, what has Blue have scouted out so far? He does not know where Red's town center is at the moment. Well, Red does know where Blue's town center is, of course. Red is a nice scale. Early wall, very, very nice. I hope to secure this territory. Does also protect a very good wood line there as I click off the edge of my screen. Somehow my game doesn't want to lock the camera. Of course I have, and now remember, I've remapped the arrow keys to WSD so that I should be able to move around the camera like that. I always forget though. Blue's still scanning around the goat. Both players now at feudal age. We got multiple mills out for collecting all these fishies. And Blue's now going for has a barracks, going for a handful of palisade walls. And now we do have, looks like a fresh dungeon being put out by the Sicilians. Hitting that house will slowly take it out. Slowly but surely, it will go down, given 750 arrows. And of course, that does also alert his opponent that he has gone for a dungeon, so we may see some surgeons. Switch over to Red. Let's see if he sees any surgeons. No, we just got to see a large number of villagers in the build queue. Down south, we do have the fresh scout cavalry being pulled out. May get one of these villagers there. It does get one of the blue villagers. Blue's gone for a fast castle. And I saw he canceled all those excess villagers, going straight for Castle Age now. He's pretty close to the gold mount as well. He's concerned about that fast castle. Blue has also got Castle Age after 26 villagers. He is Italian, so he can pull out Genoese Crossbowman. Genoese Crossbowman does do extra damage versus cavalry, an anti-cavalry crossbowman. Looks like all these fishes have been claimed. There's some more ponds here, more watering holes. Handful of village spearmen now advancing forward. Spearmen are exactly the greatest items. Red is now going for his own castle age. Let's see what's Blue deploying on out. We may see some extra town centers. We don't see any extra town centers just yet. And advancing with these spearmen, not a great idea. Now got the spearmen stabbing away against his house. We'll do a little bit more damage. Oh, and that castle was canceled right there. We do have now an aggressive castle being pulled out by Blue right there. Red does have a bit of stone there. What is Red currently going for? Still getting his own castle age up. So once he sees that castle, he needs to quickly build a siege workshop and get out some battering rams. Though Spearman does provide a bit of an issue versus the battering rams. He definitely has spotted this aggressive castle. Yep. Maybe if you build that castle a little bit too early. The house wall doesn't provide a whole lot of vision. So if he would have backed off by like 2 tiles, he could have easily built the castle sneakily. Red's now trying to stab down the castle, but doing it poorly. Blue's Spearman should be able to deal with the Red Spearman, no problem. Red's now throwing a lot of villagers onto his own castle now. That's not looking good for Red. Blue's castle has been completed. We'll be picking off some of these villagers one at a time. Blue does have a surpassed number of villagers. Does get inside his own castle now. We've got now a bit of a castle war. And it's now just going for Siege Workshop, trying to eye for some battering rams. Elephant here, slowly decaying away, has not been fully gathered. And some of Blue's villagers do go down right there. Now we've got Blue's going for a Siege Workshop as well. So we've got the dungeon here as well, just going for villagers at the moment. And oh, we've got some petards. And a battering ram now on the build queue. Got a mill here. He wants to keep these villagers on the front line, so we're going to build a mill so we can start collecting some nearby fishes. As well as he has some nearby goats. Petards do come on out. Wait. Did he blow up his own castle? Did he seriously blow up his own castle? I think he did more damage to his own castle. Look at that. He's blowing up his own castle. Is that some sort of... Wait, is Blue also going for petards? Blue's also going for petards. That's exactly what's happening. Did he blow up Red's petards with his blue petards? Were they coming at the same time? Got 2 red battering rams all pouring out. He could use his red battering ram to engage the blue battering ram. Spearman now trying to charge him forward. Does get a good detonation there on one of the red's battering rams with a petard. Mangonel does get a good hit there onto Red's battering ram. Blue's now going to be Red's trying to repair up the castle. He needs to keep that battering ram firing. Red has his own Mangonel now deployed on the field and does get another petard there. Detonates, takes that out. Red's castle's not doing all too well. And now the Mangonel's even firing some rounds into the castle as well. Red's villagers getting a bit desperate, trying to stab his opponent's castle. Blue's villagers going to take time to repair it up. Very nice. Red's castle should go on down. He did repair up just enough, and he does save his... Blue does save his castle there. No more battering rams currently out on the field for Red. I think Red may be backing out of the game right now, or trying to regroup his forces. He's low on wood and food, and he's down to 19 villagers. His opponent's at 31. It's been a pretty low villager game. And Red is casting GG. So, this is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. A lot of short replays today so far. I thought this was going to happen, because I feel like all the replays I was trying to fetch for today were very short. The only place I know where to get replays for is literally spectating the games myself, and then casting them later. So it's really hit or miss, but it's usually not this miss. Oh, got me in the feudal age. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top right side as the red Spanish, we have Magar Andrei Grigori. So on the bottom left side as the blue Bulgarians, we have Avalid _ AOE. Of course, this is the fast feudal age, or the start out as feudal age start, so we do have, it's going to be a very aggressive very early on. It's going to cover each player's civilization bonuses. Blues are immediately advancing with scouts. Spanish, of course, are gunpowder monk civilization. Builders work 30% faster. Blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics. Gunpowder units fire 80% faster. Receive plus 40 gold for each technology research. Oh, never. That's a new one. Unique units: Conquistador, Mountain Hand Cannoneer, Missionaries, what you do with your wife. Unique text: Inquisition, monks convert faster, and they give missionaries +1 range. Will that actually make missionaries useful? Supremacy, villagers stronger in combat. Team bonus, trade units not important. For blue, who looks like advancing more and more scouts in this region, Bulgarians. Infantry and cavalry civilization. Militia line upgrades are free. Town centers cost 50% less stone. Blacksmith and siege workshop technologies cost 50% less food, which also quite good. Works great with the team bonus. 80 blacksmiths work 80% faster. And of course, can build cray posts. Unique units of Iconics, which is a cavalry unit that is a stubborn bastard. It doesn't really want to die. Unique text. Stirrup. Cavalry black tax 30% faster, and baggage. Militia line gets +5 armor. Got the spearman here. Got a couple good villager kills there onto red. Blue's advance forward with more scouts. Just being very aggressive as scouts right now. Let's just try and go for a market up here. Was ever so slightly incomplete. And scouts are just going to be harassing around this, going for a straight up for a scout rush in this situation. Seeing now this person's a Twitch streamer, I'm assuming he is very experienced with this start out at feudal age, and so he has an opener that's probably very comfortable with just scout rushing pretty much most games, but that's just a bit of a guess. Of course, he does start out with man-at-arms as well. I wonder if the feudal age start allows you to start out with man-at-arms either way. Not sure. If it doesn't, that means the Bulgarians have a little bit extra advantage with an early man-at-arms. Man-at-arms will be shanked by the villagers. He's trying to go for the stable now, going a little bit slow. And I'm sort of curious. Yeah, both towns are just start on a tiny little hill there. I'm just a bit curious about that. We got some more man-at-arms. Fancy War, which should be very effective versus the spearmen that he's deploying out, as well as the villagers. Scout does go down. Man-at-arms is drawing some fire. Scout's sort of running around a moment. Red so far contains space, and his village has been pulled off the line, not gathering earth resources, so blue is in an exceedingly better position. 41 villagers, 28. It's not looking good for blue whatsoever. Man-at-arms gains good damage onto these villagers. Villagers have been pulled off the line, trying to shank that man-at-arms. Red's now down to 22 villagers, and we've got more scouts coming on in. Does have a handful of spearmen, but they can get easily overwhelmed. These scouts are severely wounded, but they can still get some good damage on in. Now they're harassing more and more villagers going on down. And Red went for a fast castle, which may be not a good idea. He has 15 villagers remaining. That was not worth it. He should have invested more in defense, which he did not do. And looks like Red's back to the game now. So in other words, don't go for fast castle in this situation. Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I may just release all these like very, very short replays on one day, and just because I'm just going through these far, far too quickly. And I had a feeling this was going to happen. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn right here, here, and here as the red Berbers. We have Jotun. Spawn as the blue
Emrin.
Turks as right around here, here, and here. We have MBX. It looks like it's going to take time to converge all of his villagers. Most of the time people just build a house and then converge. Let's take a look. Looks like Red's pulling out town center over here. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. And while these guys are building their town centers, let's go and cover their civilization bonuses. The Berbers, they are cavalry and naval civilization, so skip the naval and let's focus on the cavalry. Villagers move 5%, 10%, 15%, or nope, just 5%, then 10% faster, which actually is not half bad in a nomad. Stable units cost 50% less, 20% less, and Castle and Pure Age ships move 10% faster. Unique unit is the Camel Archer, which is a mounted archer, and a Genotyr, the mounted skirmisher. Unique text, Kibosh teams of castles work 25% faster, not really that great. And Magabali camels. Camel units regenerate, which is okay, but not that great. Emos, Genotyrs are available in the archer range starting the castle, which actually can be quite nice. Fourth opponent, the Turks. Of course, they are gunpowder civilization. Gunpowder units have 25% more hit points. Research in gunpowder technologies costs 50% less, and chemistry is free. The gunpowder technologies refers to cannon galleons and bombard towers. They both are probably not going to be seen in this game. But free chemistry is very nice, especially if you go for your archers. Gold mines work 20% faster, very nice. Scout cavalry, light cavalry, and hussars get +1 pierce armor, and we're seeing his opponent has camel archers that could be quite decent. Unique and light cavalry and hussar upgrades are free. Unique unit is the Janissary, a good hand cannoneer. Unique units supply cavalry archers get +20% health, and artillery +2 range on bombard towers, bombard cannons, and cannon galleons. Team bonus: gunpowder units rate 25% faster. Boats moving around. Both players now advance to feudal age. It's going to fast forward a little bit more. Looks like Lucius Eye for eco. Or nope, there's a couple of scouts now advancing forward. He's good damage there. With his free light cavalry and hussar upgrade, keeping these scouts around and going for a scout early build is going to be very nice and will have better dividends the longer it goes on. Oh, I heard a pop up there, but I think that may have been YouTube subscription. Sorry, I don't have a list for that. My apologies. You now have these light scout cavaliers moving around, trying to find a good engagement. Goes to heading back on home. I don't know why. It looked like that he was trying to drop the mark was to be a drop-off point for that wood, and this wood is just these trees stumps are just weird to me. They're solid. Scouts now trying to break down this palisade wall, trying to get into the wood line. The other wood line. It looks like these thick trees do provide extra wood. You can see here 177. If I click on this one, 200. These other trees are 100 wood. So these are more rich trees? Is that a term? Eric's not being pulled now. He's like to go for some scout or spearmen to help deal with the scout cavalry. Up north, do have more fishes being claimed. More fishes have been claimed, which would be very good for a scout opener. There's a lot of food on this map. A lot of fishes, a lot of wildlife. Of course, Nomad maps tend to have a bit more rich in food. Now we do got a castle regiment pulled out by Blue, which is he's going for a fast castle for this light cavalry. Though in actuality, his opponent actually got out a faster castle. Now going for some camels, eyeing to counter the scout cavalries with camels. And now I do have another Hanser being deployed on now, trying to claim the stone mine with the town center. There's a handful of gold miners here, trying to collect some gold for these expensive camels. Yeah, they're not too expensive, but compared to the gold cost of scouts, which is 0, they are expensive. Does claim himself a goat there, very nice. And Blue's backing on off now. May see some camels now advancing into Blue's base. And now these villagers are receiving a bit of slashes. Villager does go down there, very nice. Blue is behind a villager count at the moment, 29 to 31. And I do also have these spearmen pushing way forward as well, trying to engage these camels. Light cavalry, they may apply some aggression. Camels not exactly the best anti-villager tool they're out there. They have 0 armor, 0 pierce armor, so the Town Center arrows will do some nice damage. Light cavalry now advancing forward, they do of course have 3 pierce armor, so Town Center arrows will do less damage, and plus they have a higher base attack versus these villagers. Let's get some damage there. It does force him to garrison the town center. And that villager will not get inside the town center. This town center appears to be full, so he may lose 2 villagers there. Very nice pick. And now these scouts come back on off. This extra pierce armor on these light cavalries. He has gone straight for armor as well. He has 4 pierce armor on those light cavalry, make them very resilient to the town center fire. Camels have received a fire, a bit of stabs, and now the spearmen trying to chase him away. Light cavalry now advancing forward, trying to deal with this town center being employed on out. Camel in pursuit. And it looks like these light cavalry going perhaps back off, trying to find another angle. They could try to start dealing with a palisade wall to get into the nice soft villager inside of the crunchy outside of the palisade wall. You do have, looks like 3 towns that are split out for red. Blue is currently appears to be just a 2 building at the moment. He does have 3 town centers, however, and one has 4 villagers queued up, so that's a bit of an oversight, I would say. Blue does find a handful of more goats, very nice. Camels are patrolling around. Villager count is 42 to 42, so right now it's quite even. Camels are advancing forward. They could find some hits there on these villagers, but won't really accomplish much. We got Horsecollar being researched, so he's eyeing to get some farm research before he requires farms. And now scouts are advancing forward once again. We do have more of these villagers up here. He will find some exposed villagers and he will go and start hitting them. Very, very good engagement. However, looks like some of these trees do go down and does get some good damage onto these villagers. Looks like 2 of them will go down. Actually, no, just the one. That one managed to get inside the town center in time.
That's it.
I do now have defensive castle being pulled out onto the high ground. Very nice. Next time, backing off there. Camel still roaming around. Villager count is 51 to 49. Now 51 to 51. 52 to 51. And these camels will be eyeing just to patrol around. Blue's now advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there onto this villager. Does not take it out. Getting a bit wounded. Of course, the longer the villager stays inside the town center, more health regenerates. But I don't think that's going to be important because nobody cares about that aspect. A couple camels do go down right there. Or just a camel. Got more goats being claimed by Blue as well. And so far, just more villagers being poured out by Blue. Red is currently has now another wave of villagers. A little bit low on food. Does have a couple fishing holes here, but not a whole lot. Actually, most of them have been cleaned on up. There is this one here. Oh, that was also looking at the wrong player. Castle now firing some arrows onto these scouts, getting some great damage there. Scouts cannot stay around castle fire for all too long. It does have 11 damage per arrow, and the 4 pierce on the light cavalry is just simply not enough. Towns just have 5 attack, which means those arrows will only do 1 damage apiece, at least the primary arrow. The second and tertiary arrows will always do 1 damage each. Blue's light cavalry not being pursued by these camels. Now do we have Real Barrow being researched by Red as well? We'll just fast forward a little bit. Both sides engaging. Scouts do some model there. It does get out a good volley, a couple good volleys there onto those camel riders, taking one of them out and severely wounding the other one. Goats just sort of patrolling around, trying to get some good reconnaissance on in. And we do have a monk out here, getting some much needed healing on these scouts. We also have 1 relic claimed. Blue does know about every other relic on the field. Red knows about all the relics currently still on the field, but he may not realize his opponent already has claimed the relic. Red's now transitioned to some knights. The Berbers can deploy out knights and cavaliers, but not paladins. So Sorry about that. I hit my microphone with my drink. Now I got his scouts advancing forward as well. Let's claim some good gold right there. Knights now advancing forward as well, trying to get some good damage on in. These scouts are going to find a potential angle here. Over here, it looks like these knights are going to receive some fire from his opponent's fresh camels. And it's going to be a good engagement there by the camels. One of the knights do go down. Camels do have plenty of health remaining. Of course, he does have access to some monks for some health regen as well. Up here, we've got the blue scouts advancing forward, trying to get some, or light cavalry trying to get some good hits there on these villagers. One of them, of course, do go down. Got another townsend being employed on now, trying to claim that gold with it. It looks like all these knights do, in fact, go down. We do now have defensive castle being pulled up by blue, but you got a big wave of knights and camels advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on these forces. Villagers are some bit of fire, does have a good number of defensive camels here. You got here a conversion trying to go on off, does listen to claim himself a free camel. Castle's not going to be completed there. Be a good defensive point. Red has castle as well. No murder holes. No ballistics. Blue has no murder holes. No ballistics. Outpost will go down to the town castle fire. Those knight will receive some arrow hits there. And we'll get some good damage there on those villagers. We now have a lumber camp here trying to claim these trees. We do have these knights and camels now advancing pretty far and deep. You may find some good damage there. Some of these villagers are starting to go on down. And these villagers are receiving quite a bit of fire right there. Townsend fire raining on in, trying to get some good damage on in. One of the camels do go down. The sound center is completely booked. Camels do have +1 pierce armor. Townsend fire will be partially reduced, but nothing too significant. The engagement here looks like it's going pretty evenly. It's not going to be a good engagement for either side, but it's supposed to be better for blue, but he did lose everything, so never mind. Good damage down to those monks. He needs to mainly focus down those camels, I would say. And his village is now being cleaned on up. Red does have currently 114 villagers versus his bonus 102. And over here, this light cavalry still patrolling around, gets good damage on in. Red is, or blue's now going for Impure Age, getting some Janissaries as well. Red is not going for Impure Age, instead of getting a whole bunch of knights and camels split on out, as well as some mining research. Villagers, some spearmen do go down. Trying to go for another mill now. Camels going to be warding away these knights. And Red can't get heavy camels. Can blue get heavy camels? Yeah, blue can get heavy camels as well. Now got Impure Age, so he does get his hussars out in the field immediately. Got a handful of camels being pulled out for defense. Doesn't mean against that town center trying to avoid some damage. Is what's going to be backing on off, trying to get into garrisons. Knights sort of just trying to split on up, trying to get some damage here. Janissaries now advancing forward. Largely missing, however. Good damage there onto these villagers. A number of them do go down. Blue's now down with 99 villagers. Camels don't engage, but the red should have a superior force here to overwhelm those camels. This town's been now receiving a bit of fire there. More camels being deployed out by blue. No heavy camel research being deployed out yet. Get some villages in this town center. Camel's going to clean up the rest of these knights. Couple knights still remain in the structure right there. Red's makes for more knights and camels. We do also now have heavy camel being researched by blue, as well as some melee armor for these knights. And here are a couple monks trying to convert. They do claim themselves a camel. And that converted camel will go down. Villagers are going receiving quite a bit of fire there. Camel does go down. Got a monk healing up these forces. And villagers do manage to escape in this town center. Red streaming more and more knights and camels pushing forward. Heavy camel research is almost complete. Got the blast forge upgrade for more melee attack. Camel trying to redeploy, trying to deal with the counter up these knights and camels. Camels are pushing way forward. Do have a heavy camel research now. That should be a very big boom for blue in order to help equalize the fight. His opponent now has Imperial Age as well. Red is currently going for heavy camel, cavalier, and more camels. It may be a little bit too much in camels. More knights and camels pushing way up north. Consider fire does come on forward. We got camels. Just all red needs to deploy out is more camel, or blue needs to deploy out more camels in order to counter his opponent. Let's see as well. We of course do got the blast forge and the final plate mail armor for blue. For red, we do see all those research possibilities as well. Oh, it looks like just that's level 1. I got the upgrade icons a little bit mixed up for level 2. We still got a couple some Janissaries here. Provide some good fire support. Some of these villagers now going down. Does put the Cavalier upgrade as well. Heavy camels have been researched as well for red. We do now have some camel archers being pulled on out. And now the camels are advanced forward trying to deal with these cavaliers. There should be relatively good engagement from blue. Red received quite a bit of fire right there. Blue's just eyeing for more heavy camels as well as now some Janissaries. Janissaries should get some good damage on the camels. They have 4 pierce armor versus the 17 damage of the Janissary. The Janissaries should put some big holes in these camels. Though now blue's castle is now receiving some fire from multiple trebuchets. And we'll say red is streaming more and more camels into his opponent's villager line. Some of these villagers are going on down. Blue's castle does go down as well, and now some of his infrastructure. He can't be losing stables. He needs those stables to produce camels. Blue's camels working to split apart and hit some of these other ones here. But this force is engaging. Janissaries getting some good damage on end. They're nice, good defensive position. They're not being focused on whatsoever. And so constantly firing away against some great value where they're at. I hear a monk trying to convert some of these forces. Heavy camel riders are falling back. Camel riders in pursuit. Janissaries are currently not moving forward. Need to get these Janissaries to move forward. These outnumber these trebuchets. Red and blue now engaging at close range. And again, Janissaries not engaging as well, but they do get some good volleys now off as the camels start advancing forward. Blue's going to be taking out that trebuchet there. Counselor will go down. And right now, blue does have 79 villagers versus 144. So red has probably a little bit too high in villagers, while his opponent has far too little. Overall, red has been losing a bit more forces than his opponent. You got two additional attack upgrades for blue at the moment as well. His camels are doing a little bit extra punching. Both sides have both 3 melee armor. More camels going on down. Another wave of heavy camels advancing forward. I guess with these, what's it called? The opposing camels are flowing down out. He's not going for any more cavaliers. Some of these farms may go down. And these camels starting to slowly whittled down by this various castle fire. Over here, you got these camels now pushing forward. The number of blues villagers going down. He can't be losing any more villagers. These Janissaries now advancing forward, not really engaging, however. Looks like blues camels should be able to win this fight, assuming they stop with their move order. They have superior numbers as well as superior quality. Red's heavy camo does get cleaned up right there. And so we got some more of these camels to start chopping away against these rich trees. Here, Monk trying to convert some stuff. Do now have a forward castle move caught up by Red. And some of Blue's villagers do go down. Blue's now down to 87 villagers, bonus up to 142. And the forward castle is almost fully built. Sable still was doing a bit of fire there. Another villager does go down. And now the castle has been built. Camels are pursuing the camels. Blue's camels a little bit more wounded. Red's camels haven't got their attack upgrades well, so I think they're on equal footing right now. Yes, it appears to be. Heavy camels push on forward, and blue just going back out of the game. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Those are right now. I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm probably going to end the stream early today. Sorry about that. I'm just far too exhausted. Everyone, thank you for watching, and have